But hold on, nigga, I'm signing off in cursive. $1 million songs and flawless verses. Boss up, pop the tags off the pro.
Gangster, what's good, pal?
I can't get the green.
You got it, man. You all wet and shit. What's going on?
What's up with you, Gully?
This is long overdue, man. You've been dropping ill freestyles on my platform for like the last 6 or 7 months. We reunited after serving prison time together in the early 90s at the clinic and in Albion. And you always had a heavy reputation as one of the most decorated MCs in the whole state. So you now on my platform, and I needed this. I always just tell them, motherfuckers, I run into one of these niggas that I was in jail with, it's a rap. And here we are.
Getting wet, feeling like a pause open. The store closing, part of my reservation. Fuck paper up, pause with no hesitation. They pin it, I spin it, that's all, that's it.
Here we are, man.
Give me some history, man, on your whole. You like, you right in there with all of the legends. You just don't have the fucking video footage and shit. You was in jail during the whole. Yeah. When hip hop went to media, the DVDs, you missed the whole DVD wave.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I ain't, for the people out there, you know, I ain't got no, strong catalog that's floating, but it's here.
Right.
It's fully loaded. You know what I'm saying? It got joints in the chamber that's piercing through armor. I'm telling you, I'm not to be played with.
Right.
You know, it's just that I'm one of them dudes that, had the talent, like, in a basketball aspect. You know, a motherfucker that was like Michael Jordan, but always did some nut shit and went to jail. And everything he did was, like, on a high scale, so it wasn't no 1 or 2s.
Right.
It was always 7.5 to 15s and shit like that. So that, hindered me from introducing myself as a, artist.
Your situation and mine is similar in regards to our greatest highlights was captured in the institutions. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Same with you, your catalog, your greatest moments, freestyles, highlights captured in the institutions. Mm-hmm. How long have you been writing, and what part of Philadelphia are you from, by the way?
Let's get the small shit out the way first.
Let's go.
I've been writing since 94. I was inspired by the notorious B.I.G.
Got it.
So when he came out with Ready to Die, that, triggered me. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm a problem, because that was my teacher. And a lot of shit that I hear, I don't be trying to down nobody when I'm like, I ain't impressed. Or I try to shoot for the stars, because I came from that cloth where, it's hard to impress. It was always, competition. And niggas would have each other next. So
right.
I came from that era. But, I'm from North Philadelphia, born and raised all my life. I could say, my pinpointed all the way down to 32nd and Norris. But, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm everywhere with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere with it. I ain't no strip hopper from 32nd Street, but I felt as though once I outgrew 32nd Street, I know me and my friends, we all knew the same shit. So we had to go outside of the hood to learn something different and bring it back to the hood. So that was me.
Okay, when you speak of you and your friends going outside of the hood, when I met you, you were like somewhere between, where I'm from, we call them flat-footed hustlers. You were somewhere between a booster and a pickpocket, a magician. Give my viewers some insight on your travels as far as, a lot of people take the drug trade, and we not promote criminality right now. A lot of people take the drug trade and make it the most highly decorated form of hustling. When I encountered y'all were as fresh as any drug boy. Somebody probably would mistaken y'all for having weight.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Y'all was just that fresh. Give my viewers some insight on your background with the garments, the designer labels, and particularly polo.
Alright, before the, high scale. Our high scale when I came up the steps was, Ralph Lauren Polo Sport, RL 2000, Ralph Lauren High Tech, all that shit under Ralph Lauren. And, I came off the steps. I ain't come off as a gunslinger, a drug dealer, nothing. I came off as a thief, a booster. I used to go to the malls and steal, and then I knew, the little bags could hold but so much. So we like, you know what? We try to always clean shit out. So we used to just go hide, go in the maintenance room and climb up in the ceiling and hide in the ceiling and let the shit close. And then we'd come down out the ceiling 2, 3 in the morning and get the all the clothes, and they got the alarm, the joint to take the alarms off behind the counter. So we used to take all the alarms up and pack the bags and go up in the ceiling.
Right.
And stay in the ceiling like 1 o'clock in the afternoon when the store crowded, and just come out the side closet one by one with half the store in the bag and walk out, no alarms. So we started off with that, and
that shit take nuts.
And then we just was stealing anything that had a value to it, and then we ran into some guys from New York. My man from Logan, his name was Lil Larry. He ventured off one day downtown to steal, and he came back from with some New York friends, and it was called the Lowlifes. And so we like zeroed in, and one took particularly brand from them. They was from New York, and we just like was the off-brand, the Lowlifes from Philly, and we represent the Lowlifes, and everybody name was like Olo, Wallo, Wallo. Wallo, that motivational speaker. He run around. He was back then. When we was knuckleheads. He was one of the Lowlifes, and we used to boost and shit. And that's what we used to do, and that's how I came up the steps. We used to steal and hop trains, go to NYC, and pickpocket. Like, people used to be on the train, and we'd slide up, and we all was like 15, but we looked like we was 9, 10 years old. You see, I'm still small, so imagine me at 9. And I used to come up and cry, act like I was lost. At the same time, my little homie next to me with the cotton candy in his hand, go it in their pocket, take their shit, their money. We used to do the hustle. That was our hustle.
Right.
And we was real with it, because you get caught in the motherfucking pocket, you'd be deaf. So you only get one shot at it. It was like a buzzer beater.
Of your peers back then, there was one that was like highly decorated. I never met him, but his name was mentioned in all of the juvenile institutions as he was like a superstar hustler. Little Larry.
It's the only one. It was our superstar.
Give me some. Share with Gully TV who Little Larry was and his legend. I tried to give them pieces of who he was, but again, it was just a legend and a myth, and I only knew him by word of mouth. You actually knew him.
He probably was like, it was like his 4th time on earth at 15, 14. But like, if you believe energy and you come back, well, this was homie 4th time. He probably here again because he died at 17 again.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he had to be here a couple times. Listen, young boy was like thinking of outside of the box. Yeah, I mean, he started to cry and shit. He used to go in the jewelry store. And the jewelry cases, fuck breaking them, fuck getting the key, which he used to climb behind and had the keys. He'd come back another day and hit you with the key.
Right.
But he'd go up to a jewelry store. I don't know how he came up with it. He used to have 2 quarters. And he'd stick the quarter in the cracks of the jewelry case glass and lift the whole case up. And now here go a 14, 15-year-old walking away with 25 Rolexes. Like literally, I ain't lying, 25, 15 years old. And that's what we used to do. And he'd go do it. And we used to spin everybody in the store, the people that worked there.
Right.
We over here acting like we looking at a bracelet. We try to put together for our mom gift. Right. He over there cleaning them the fuck out. And if it's 5 of us, he coming out and we all getting 5 Rolexes. He was a legend. Like, you know what I mean? We started off snatch all you bitches out there. We snatched all y'all swirls. Like, we used to catch hacks and jump out of hacks and snatch the figure 8s, earrings, the swirls.
Right.
We had a jewelry store in North Philly. They used to give us top dollar for that. So y'all would just.
I heard about that
y'all
store.
Was the
what was the name of that store, man?
Mike's.
Mike's. The little hustlers of Vision Quest was talking about.
The girls was the zebras of the jungle, bro.
And taking shit to Mike's. Yeah. They was talking about that shit in the juvie joint.
Hey, don't get this fucked up. This like 30 years ago, bro. We advanced this like levels.
Right.
I'm talking about we like. But this where it all started from, though. You know what I mean? We used to snatch earrings. We did everything, though. It was nothing you could pinpoint us to. Like, no, they just snatched clothes. Yo, we snatching clothes like go in, you staying there the coats, another nigga staying there the sweaters, another nigga staying there all the pants, and we look around and be like on 3. Now he running out with 17 coats by the time he get to the car it's like 8 because he dropped 9.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that. And I had all the sweaters and he had all the pants and he had all the Coogis. So by the time we got back to the hood, we dressed each other.
So y'all just ran out with an outfit.
Yeah, and
Everybody
then the big time drug dealers was like, yo, the youngest is out dressing us.
Right.
So like, you know what I mean? That's how we had our fame. Like we used to shit on the bosses with our dress. And we just did everything though. Like, we used to do everything. Snatch clothes. Then snatching clothes got played out. You know, we went to snatching jewelry. We used to just walk, like how we used to walk right in the clothes store and just grab piles of clothes and just run out. We used to go in the jewelry stores for rubber mileage hammers and smash the jewelry windows. And you gotta remember, they old white people. They ain't gonna bother you.
Right.
They gonna hit their button and back up if they could get to the button.
Right.
They try and lie on insurance anyway, so they're hoping you get away with something.
Right.
You take 100,000, they gonna say it was 800. You know how that shit go.
Is it a rush attached to doing that? When I seen the George Floyd riots and I was looking at the looting, I was getting excited at home watching that shit.
It was a rush because me personally, I'm speaking to me, like Lil Larry, he never hit jewelry stores. He like clean them out while it's open. With no tools, no nothing. Like he'd climb behind a joint, like fake an asthma attack. Steal the jewelry, hurry up, put it. Like he'd ask to look at something, the tray. He'd snatch the tray, turn around, act like he gonna run, say psych no. Get a tray back, it's 5 rings missing. They in his pants now, they go to check him, he pee on himself now, his pants got piss in it, they don't want to check it. Yo, dude was just above his time. Yo. But that was Lil Larry. Wow. He was better than all of us. Like whatever we came up with, he just was.
So what happened to Larry? How did Larry lose his life?
I wasn't there. I don't know. It's just, rumors. They say he was playing with a gun, suicide. He used to get high at a young age. He used to get not coke or nothing, but like Xannies,
right,
and shit. And they say he was just playing with a gun as a youngin' and it went off.
Damn.
There's a couple stories floating out there, but I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna leave that dead, but that's how that went for him. But
how did you fuel your talent? Whenever you went back to jail, that's when you started writing again?
Like after I went to jail 96 for a jewelry store. That was my first case in the Dell. So they smacked me in the hand and gave me a 2 to 10. Fucked me around.
So when we was down Camp Hill, you was on a jewelry store beef.
Went home for 11 days. Did 26 months. Got parole. 11 days. It was like the day before my birthday. I was out 11 days. I ain't had nothing but clothes, a car, no money. I hit another jewelry store, but got caught on the scene with 36 Rolexes, public records. And I got 8 to 16. Did 5 years, turned the time over, got that down to a 5 to 10, but kept going to the hole for dumb shit.
Yeah.
So they hit me and I did like 7.5 out to 10.
Right.
And that's when me and you was doing the time of Albion. That's what I was there for, my second jewelry store.
Okay.
And
so from the time that we was at Camp Hill and then the time when I ran into you at Albion, you
I
went
came
home,
back twice.
You went home for me. Oh, you went home twice.
Yeah. Camp Hill, I went to Albion for like 2 months and went out.
Oh, okay.
Came back before my son even gave away my TV. I was back for another jewelry store. Cause I argued with the nigga to give my TV.
You want to come get my shit back?
They ain't even scratch my number off the bitch.
Right.
Give my shit back. Yo, real right there. That's real.
So whenever you would go back,
I ain't
boom,
give a fuck. I needed the money.
You writing, catching the cases. You live in an active criminal lifestyle. Whenever you go back, you an MC in jail.
Yeah, I bored him. Be locked in a cell all day.
Right.
Ain't nothing to do. So I just started listening to Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, and I used to try to write my raps. One day I try to write a rap like how Biggie would write it. The next rap I try to write it how Jay-Z would write it. And I used to do that. So when Jay said I'm all rolled in one, that's how I got my style. I used to emulate all them.
You was the first guy.
But only in jail.
I can recall saying openly. I remember when you said it. You said it near the picnic table. You was like Biggie Smalls was your favorite rapper, and the only song was on radio was "Who's Hot, Who's Not." That.
With him, Mace.
Yeah, that.
More money, more problems.
More money, more problems.
Yeah.
Remember they used to play that on the radio
and all
at Camp Hill. That was the only joint.
Yeah.
And you was like, yeah, Biggie. You was like Biggie Smalls, my favorite rapper, and I'm looking at you like, this is the summer that Nas is out too. Like Nas is out at the time. Escobar, he's Escobar, and you.
Big
was like,
wasn't popping. He was popping, but he had an album out. That was on Mace's album.
Okay.
On Harlem, something Harlem.
The Harlem World album.
Harlem World.
Okay.
Him, Biggie, and Mace.
I just didn't.
That was on Harlem
I didn't
World.
get it. I think
Biggie was
the first album was singles. I just didn't get why you liked him. I didn't get. I think it was Gimme the Loot. Y'all was talking about Rob and shit. But I didn't get the songs that was promoted on Ready to Die. The ones that was on the radio.
It was the water version.
They weren't the good ones.
It wasn't the good ones.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's how I went. Yeah.
All right. So by the time I got the album, I started listening to Respect. And all of that.
The library, get the tapes.
Yeah.
You got hit.
And it started to make sense. But prior to that, I didn't. Why did you like Biggie? In a time when Scarface was still big.
He was above his time. He was so. I was infatuated with rap. It comes to me natural. Like the things people erase the paper for and rewrite, I like just get it like that. Cause I used to listen to Biggie and know what come to light now. You could sing I got a story to tell right now. And you wouldn't believe it was from where it was from. 23 years ago.
I know.
So do you listen, bro? It's mind-boggling to say a rapper from 23 years ago. You know what was back in the day with us when Biggie was out, and we used to think about Big Daddy Kane and them.
Right.
But look at the space in between. That was only 88, 89 to 94. 7 years span.
Yeah.
Big Daddy was out popping in 88. Biggie was popping in 94. That's only a 7 year span, and Big Daddy was considered an old AMC when Biggie was out.
By the time Big came out, right.
Now, what the fuck is Biggie considered 23 years later, man, and y'all ain't touching him? You cannot write a song.
It don't seem, Biggie's music don't seem old to me.
That's how far ahead of time it was.
Yeah.
I got a
you
story.
Get what he's saying? Like Big Daddy Kane.
That's how far ahead of time when he was. I'm talking about 23 years ago.
Right.
He wrote I Got a Story to Tell. He wrote Niggas Bleed Like Us. Today's agenda Got the suitcase up in the Central. Go to room 112, tell him Blocko sent you. He was having, listen to the song, he was having conversations with other people.
In the song.
It was getting cut off and start arguing with a third party.
Right.
Like, that's where, excuse me, but that's where